Well, with me now is Bryony Hopkins, who was herself diagnosed with Crohn's disease at the age of 4. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
So you obviously don't remember what it was like then.
Not much, no.
What was it, though, that led to your parents? You must know that, I guess. What led to them getting you tested? What was going on?
Well, I lost a lot of weight in quite a vast amount of time. I remember I was on holiday in Wales with my family. I was losing a lot of blood out of my back passage, which obviously is not ideal. I wasn't eating. I was very, very sick, and I think it was mostly the blood that my parents were like, I think we need to sort of go and see someone about this. And I went to the hospital. For about a year, they thought it was IBD, and then when I was about 5 years old, they said, no, we think this is Crohn's disease. And then from then on, throughout my whole childhood, it's been sort of plagued by the illness.
And tell us more then about the impact on your childhood.
Most of my childhood, I was in and out of hospital on numerous medical treatments, sort of going from steroids that would sort of make me blow out to the size of a hippo and would sort of make me quite depressed and really bad mood swings, to elemental diet, which is a liquid diet. So for 8 weeks, I didn't have anything, I didn't eat anything, and I was fed through a nasogastric tube that went up my nose and into my stomach. And when it got really bad, because it was my large intestine that was the worst part that was affected, they decided to remove that when I was 13. So from the ages of 13 to 16, I had an ileostomy bag, which is when they sort of bring out your intestine to your stomach. And then I was lucky enough that sort of put me into remission, and once my large intestine was gone, that was kind of the main part of my disease that they'd got rid of, so they could rejoin it now. And I don't have a bag anymore. And but sort of my whole childhood was Crohn's.
But it's now under control for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I am in remission, but I mean, remission is, a tenuous word for anyone who suffers with Crohn's. I mean, I still suffer from really bad fatigue, I still get pain every day, but to me that's normal, and I don't know any different, but...
What have you been told about why you were prone to it? Because presumably at the age of 4, that's solely genetic factors. I mean, we're hearing that the numbers are increasing now, and it's dietary related in many cases, but that could
for me, I don't think. I think there hasn't been many sort of clear reasons why I particularly got it, but I think it is probably genetic related. As this research is coming out about junk food, I mean, I don't know much about the science, but I can't personally see how that would be related. I mean, I've got a really healthy diet. I had a really healthy diet when I was younger. I mean, my case is very unusual because I was so young. So I don't know, it might be slightly different to, teenagers that are being diagnosed, which seems to be the trend nowadays. And I think also having a low immune system, what they were talking about antibiotics, even if I get an infection, the doctors are very, very wary about putting me on antibiotics. My immune system is so low. So I think that's quite an interesting insight that's come out of this research.
And by putting out this research, I guess at least it gets people talking about it, so it raises awareness of it.
Yeah, I mean,
when no one knows what's going on with a little one especially, it must be very worrying.
I think one of the main things with Crohn's and colitis is that it's so embarrassing to talk about. I mean, no one wants to talk about those kind of things plaguing your life. No, people don't talk about that. It's quite a taboo subject. And I think the rise in young people being diagnosed, I think it's important that the awareness is out there. So if there's something wrong, people feel like they're brave enough to say something and get it checked out.